table. Today I just wanted to go over one of my favorite ways to store my knives, and that is the Vault Case Co. Vault Case. I have the carbon fiber here. It's pretty cool. Got it from River's Edge Cutlery a while back, and it's been keeping a lot of my knives pretty safe. So I thought that I would show you how I'm storing the knives and just do a little bit of a collection overview too. Most of these knives I've had a long time. Some of them are fairly new, but yeah, let's get into it and I'll show you how I've been caring for my pocket knives. Now these are just the knives that I have in my collection that I carry quite often, including a few fixed blades that you see over here. Obviously they don't fit in the case, but one of the things I saw, or I realized after I got the case, is that it's very, very good at what it does, but it doesn't store as many knives as I thought it would, in a way that I felt that they were being kept safe. Now that's not a dig on the case. The case is actually really awesome. I just kind of thought that it would hold more than it would in a safe way. So one of the things I did right away to try to accommodate for that is I turned this panel inside out. What's really great about the Vault Case is that it's completely modular. So I took that out, it was facing the other way, and I put it in backwards. So that keeps these knives and these knives from touching. And then I put a microfiber cloth right down here, and I keep another layer of knives. So I keep 3 layers of knives, which technically you can do, but I just kind of let these sit loose because these Velcro patches down here, or holders, the molly or whatever you want to call it, the stretchy stuff, it just doesn't do what I want it to do exactly. What's cool is I can take these things out and go on their website and purchase customized, or just a whole bunch of different types of knife holders. Like I could get the ones up here that are a little bit bigger, because most of my folding knives are bigger. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. That's one way that you can kind of just allow yourself to safely hold more knives than what the case was originally probably intended to do. Yeah, so that being said, I just wanted to share those 2 hacks right off the bat. Turning this thing, really just customizing it to your, to the best application for your collection is what I would recommend. Just trying different things. This is what worked for me. And then this microfiber cloth helped me quite a bit. That being said, I'll do a quick collection overview, and I'll start over here with this Buck and Bear mini camper. My dad got me this knife a while back. I believe you can get these on Bespoke Post. I think that's where he got it, in one of their boxes, subscription boxes. I do carry that from time to time. It's actually smaller than it looks on camera, I think, right now. Really cool knife. This is a knife that I have had for many years. Carry it with me in my kind of go bag, and it is kind of a beast. The Benchmade Adamas, I think it's the 275. It was one of the first ones I'd ever seen. It's a D2 blade, and I've used this camping, scuffed up the DLC coating quite a bit, and I did that paracord myself. That's why it's not super fancy, but it works really well. Dig this knife a lot. Carry it in my go bag. As I said, this is my most used camping knife, the SE Izula 2. Love this knife. It is useful for almost anything out in the woods. Super lightweight, and you can carry it in your pocket. You can lash this to different things. There's just so many different things you can do with it. Just an incredible fixed blade for camping. I want to start off pretty quickly with this, because I use this thing every day. This is also in my everyday bag, everyday carry type stuff. It's the Leatherman Skeletool. This is the carbon fiber one. I had one that I had gotten for Father's Day as a gift for my wife, and I lost it the same year that I got it, out in the snow somewhere, and somebody probably found themselves a really good knife if it wasn't rusted to pieces. But I immediately went and found and bought a new one because I liked it so much. I use this as a plier and a screwdriver more than I ever use it as a knife. Of course, being a knife collector, I've got plenty of those. So yeah, that's a great everyday carry item. Let's just go from here. Spyderco Delica 4. Great knife. I recently kind of tuned it a little bit and made it a little bit easier to flick. I was having trouble flicking it. This is a really old knife now, but always a great one. This is great to carry camping. It's really great to throw in a bag. Super lightweight. This is the ProTech Malibu Flipper, and it's a reverse Tonto blade. I love this knife. It is ProTech. I don't know if I'll be able to get you to zoom in there. It's not going to catch, is it? Anyway, it's ProTech. It's CPM 20CV steel on this one. I think that's the steel that they're going to go with for these knives in the future. It seems like they were 154 CMs for a long time. Anyway, I don't know for sure. So that is. This is my Chris Reeve Inkosi. It's a large with micarta handles. This is one of the first videos I ever made, was kind of the unboxing and overview of this knife. You can tell I've gotten it dirty already. I use it all the time, man. I really need to clean that. That's just dirt. It's not anything wrong with the blade itself. In my first video I did, I had so much trouble opening this knife, and you can see it is broken in so wonderfully. And this is probably one of my most carried knives. Most of my most carried knives are out here on the table, although some of them, I do dig into this case quite a bit. I carry a little bit of everything. This is obviously an Opinel number 8. This one has Bubinga wood handles. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's kind of a cool little exotic version of your typical Opinel knife. One of the reasons I carry this is I ride a motorcycle, and I just don't see any way that this thing, if I were to wreck and get caught in a slide, would come open in my pocket with that kind of lock on it. Just something to think about. Nothing's foolproof, but that's what I kind of go with there. This is the REC exclusive Spyderco Shaman, and I just made a video about that. Should be uploaded before this video is, so if you want to see more about that, go for it. Very cool find here. River's Edge Cutlery is right in my backyard, so it was a little bit easier for me to get hold of one of these, and I'm pretty blessed about that. Pretty excited as a collector to have them so close by. This is the Giant Mouse Ace Biblio in Burgundy micarta. I love this knife. I love that crown spine. I'll talk about that. I've got a overview up as one of the first videos I did as well. This is just a great EDC knife, and it is, in my mind, one of the best looking knives. It's just gorgeous. So much cool attention to detail. M390 steel. I think this is a very premium knife for what's not a hugely premium price. These are fairly affordable for what they are, I think. So something to think about. This is the CJRB Gobi. Being as I haven't looked through my collection in a long time, I might get some of these names wrong. Please forgive me if I do. It's just a great knife. It's a budget knife. Took a while to break in. It did not flip open very well at first, but holy cow, it does now. And look at that mean looking blade. I mean, that's pretty intense. I believe this is their proprietary steel, their powder steel. Can't remember what it's called, maybe RJM9? RPM9, that's what it is. And yeah, great budget knife. I think this was like, I want to say $35, $40. Yep, good one. Good looking too. Here's my ProTech Newport. This was one of my first out the side automatic knives I ever bought. Automatic knives are now legal to carry in Ohio where I live, so I have more of these than I've ever had before. Love this knife. Love that wave pattern. It's got a mother of pearl button there. Pretty cool. I got this basically because it's the same knife that my dad has, and I wanted to have a knife just like his. Father and son type stuff. Real cool. Great knife. Dig it quite a bit. This is the first Microtech out the front automatic I ever purchased. And I was a little skeptical at first about out the front knives in general. I thought, I don't need that. That's kind of a toy, kind of a gimmick. And then I got one and played with it in my hands. Again, at River's Edge Cutlery. and I brought one home immediately because holy cow, this thing is awesome, and they are much tougher than you think they would be. You can go online and see people abusing the heck out of these things, and they live through it. Again, this is a Microtech. I think it's M390 steel. I went for the bayonet blade shape so I could stick my thumb on it and do some pushing. I use this all the time. I carry it with me all the time. Great, great knife. And speaking of Microtech, this is the Bounty Hunter. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. I did a video on this one, just an overview, unboxing kind of thing, and my goodness, I love this knife. It is one of the most EDC friendly knives I've got, and it also is kind of cool. Obviously it's cool because it's Star Warsy and I'm a big geek, but it's also cool because it doesn't really look like a knife right off the bat. And so that's kind of nice if you work in a place where you're working around people who are not knife people. They're not gonna know you have one unless you get it out and use it, and then you'll have to talk about it, because it's, in my mind, a very cool collector's piece, being a Star Wars knife. Oh, Boba Fett, the original Bounty Hunter. Love this knife. Great stuff. Let's get into the vault case. The vault case, again, my favorite way to carry or to store my knives. I'm gonna move the camera over a little bit, and yeah, they seem to be sold out right now, but they make them quite often. You shouldn't have too much trouble getting a hold of them, and I really dig the way that this is laid out. Again, with a few hacks, a few different configurations, you can make your collection fit. This is the CGRB Crag. This is a knife center knife with I want to call it burlap micarta. Yep, I think that's right. And it's got a D2 blade, just a huge honking, crazy looking knife, like a cleaver. And along with my other CJRBs, the action is just really smooth. Now that Gobi took a while to break in, this did not. This just kind of flies open, and I'm sure it's partly because of the weight of that blade. But my goodness, this is a big, awesome knife. And only because it was an exclusive was it about $50, I think. So a little bit above what I'd call a budget knife, but quite good and quite inexpensive. This is the QSP Penguin. This was an exclusive from, shoot, I don't remember the store. I'm so sorry. Not one that I'd ordered from before. Not a store I'd ordered from before. This is S35VN. And my good, was it? No, it's not KnifeWorks. It's someone else. I'm gonna get it wrong, and I'm sorry about that. Comes with like a blue jean micarta. It is a store exclusive. I'll look it up and I'll try to put the name of it in the description. And I apologize to that store profusely. I'm so sorry. Love this knife though. Oh my goodness, that crazy awesome blade is super useful. Like I use this all the time. It's fairly new, so I haven't beat it up too much, but I want to say this was about $45, $50 even for the exclusive one. You can get these super cheap in the regular editions with different steels. This is definitely an upgrade in the steel. It's a great, great knife. This is my Civivi Odium. This is my first and actually only, whoops, failed to flick that open, only Civivi knife. I've given some as gifts because I know how good they are. But this was the first one that really stuck out to me as being a unique design. It's a smaller knife, a D2 blade. I'm really messing up the opening here, but flicks right open. I use this quite a bit around the house when it's not here sitting in my vault case. One of the first nice knives I've ever bought. Made a video about that. The Benchmade Mini Griptilian. Only thing I don't dig about it is I just don't find serrations very useful these days. There was a time I did. Glad to have it, no question. Obviously, you can tell from that clip, I wore the heck out of this one. Great, great knife. I'll just go straight up to its big brother right here. Full-size grip. And you just can't go wrong with these knives. Benchmade's a great company, USA company, and they make good, good stuff. I've had this for many years. Told a funny story about how I almost lost it at a Cincinnati Reds game. I'll let you look up that video if you want to see it. This is Kershaw I think it's 1776 link, 1776 link, made in America, assisted flipper. Use both hands so I don't hurt myself. My dad got me this for Christmas, as well as he got my brother-in-law one, and he got himself one because they are wonderful, wonderful knives. Love this thing. Aluminum, 20 CV steel, just a premium knife at sub $100. And yeah, that's a good, really good knife. Check it out. If you're into an assisted flipper, don't want to break the bank, that is a great option. Here is a very pretty knife, the Benchmade Tengu Flipper. Cool Tonto blade. This is a Jared, I believe his first name is Jared Oser design. He makes custom knives, and he and Benchmade got together and worked on this one. Made a very high quality production knife of his design, and I love this thing. It is very elegant looking, very pretty. It's 20 CV blade. It's micarta handle, flips open like a champ, super lightweight, comes with a really nice little leather sheath, very gentleman oriented knife, good everyday carry, especially for dressing up. This is also, I think, a Knife Center exclusive, the CJRB Rhea. My goodness, this is my favorite small knife that I own. I liked it so much I got my wife one for Mother's Day, even though she didn't really want a knife. This is, again, a Knife Center exclusive, pack of wood, scales. Can't get it anywhere else. Pretty cool tip or clip there. I think that's brushed titanium, if I remember right. Super lightweight. It's really nice. The liners, just everything about this just looks premium. And yet again, this is a budget knife. And my goodness, they nailed it. This is just a great little knife. It's one of my favorite ones to carry if I want a small knife. If I want a secondary knife as a small knife, and those pack of wood scales are just gorgeous. It's really, really nice. Check it out. All right, on to the next. Now these are my, like, I don't know, high-end ones, so I guess maybe I'll save those for last. Again, me being a geek, I'm gonna protect everything. I'll show you what we got here. I'll just leave these out probably because they're kind of, sometimes the vault case can be hard to get things in and out of quickly. This is the Kershaw Link Ken Onion design. I like orange, so I got the orange one. I just got this not too long ago. Found a really cool shop on the side of the road on a road trip, and had to go in because it said knives in huge letters on the roof. Like, okay, calling my name. I need a break. I was on my motorcycle. I was tired. Went in and bought a knife, and this was it. I love this thing. Haven't carried it a whole lot because I literally just got it like a week or two ago. Great, great knife. Assisted flipper. Just wonderful, wonderful knife. Check it out. Put that over here. This is BRS Systems Evolve Apache. I believe I'm saying that right. I think this is a S35VN blade. It's clean, which is cool. They had some kind of cool deal going where this is a Chinese-made knife, produced knife, designed by BRS, but they didn't have to put anything on the blade, which I love. Love a good, clean blade. And obviously this thing is just monstrous looking. That belly, super cool. The fuller, some people call it the blood groove. I don't know why they call it that. And aluminum handles, and that pivot collar is just super unique. I love the look of that. This is one of those, I didn't know anything about the company. They make butterfly knives, and I don't know anything much about butterfly knives. Had one as a kid, cut myself with it. Wasn't very good at it, so I don't have any currently. But apparently they make really high-end ones, and this is a great folder. The flipping is a little bit, I don't know. You just have to hit it in the sweet spot. I don't want to complain about it. This is a really cool knife. I do carry this from time to time. The only thing I don't care about is the pocket clip. It's just a little hard to get in and out of your jeans pocket, but you know, that's kind of, let's wait for the review, if I ever do a review. This is my first and only ZT. I love ZT as a company, but this is the only knife I've bought of theirs that I really, really like it. It is the 0707 carbon fiber, titanium, 20 CV. If you didn't know, ZT and Kershaw are part of the same company, and a lot of Kershaw's knives are made in America. A lot of them are made overseas. All of ZT knives, I believe, are made in America. But again, same company, and they make pretty high quality knives in my opinion. Got this one on sale, River's Edge, like a really deep discount. And I love this knife. Even though it's like super long and pointy, I would consider it like a gentleman, like a dress knife, because of how just nice it looks. And if it weren't so stabby, I bet it would not scare people at all. It's a little stabby, but I like this knife quite a bit. Check it out if you're interested in a nice gentleman's carry. This is my Spyderco Paramilitary 2. I recently put copper scales on it because I've had it for so long. This was one of my first really nice quality knives. I believe this was a sprint run. It had some flat dark earth G10 scales, and I still have those, but I just wanted to tinker with it, make it a little bit new, refresh it for year 5 or so that I've owned it, and I still carry it all the time. Obviously the copper scales make it super heavy, but I think that's kind of fun, honestly. I just wouldn't take it backpacking. It's a great knife. Anybody's ever on the fence of getting a PM2, just do it. If you don't want one this big, get a PM3 because it's a little smaller and basically the same thing. These are fantastic EDC blades, EDC knives. Spyderco Paramilitary 2. Put it over there. And back to Benchmade. This is the bug out. It's been around a while now. Relatively new to me though. I love this color combination, and I planned on buying this to kind of kit it out and put some cool scales on it. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. I'll be doing some backpacking this summer, and I'll be taking this with me because it weighs absolutely nothing for what it is. Super cool knife, axis lock like the Griptilians, but much more lightweight, and just super useful looking blade. This is my ProTech Rock Eye. Nice little grunt getting this thing out. And this is a Powerhouse out the side automatic knife. My goodness, this thing is beastly. I don't know why the camera's not focusing a little bit. S35VN ProTech, just a fabulous knife. This is like a knife that can kind of probably accomplish anything you throw at it. Super strong. I love the button lock. Love the way it flies open. The jimping on top is pretty aggressive. This is a workhorse. It's meant to be a workhorse, and super comfortable in hand. Aluminum handles, it's a lot like the Newport and the Malibu in design. It's just bigger, beefier, more powerful. Yep, I like this knife quite a bit. That was not my first ProTech, second. Really dig it. And last but not least, I'll show you probably my favorite pieces in the collection. This is my first Hinderer knife. It's XM18 3.0 Skinner blade shape, 20 CV, and it's an XM18. It's just like any other one, except it's smaller. It has G10 on one side and titanium on the other. Loved this color combination. This is a great EDC knife. It is one of my most carried. I carried it for a very long time exclusively and couldn't bring myself to carry anything else. And I actually, just between you and me, I love my full-size 3.5 inch. This is more EDC friendly to me. It flips better. It feels better. It's not as much of a beast, but it's still not going to ever break on you. I think you could do anything with these. Hinderer knives just make overbuilt, powerful tools, and that's a great one. I believe it's the same as the skinny profile, which is the full-size XM18 that I have as well. Put that up here. I'll just go to the big guy now so you can see them maybe side by side. Check it out. There's the full-size XM18, although it is a skinny, next to the smaller 3.0. And I'll flip them both open. You can see them really quick. Do this without stabbing myself. Quite a bit bigger. Even though the blade is only half an inch bigger, The knife is quite a bit bigger. Just a beefy knife, no question. And you can't go wrong with this. Is my favorite color is blue. Which just reminds me, I'm missing one knife. I have a wee knife. Where is that? Oh, there it is. Sitting over here. I'm a bad video guy. I'll show you that in a minute. Yeah, this is the Hinderer XM18 Skinny. Blue anodized titanium on the back. Just a workhorse of a knife. If you ever get a chance to try out a Hinderer, highly recommend it. Can't go wrong. These are going to last forever. Put it right up there with my Chris Reeve as far as just a powerhouse knife that is going to last and probably be an heirloom you can hand down to your children because they'll last that long. Anyway, on to the next. This is another Microtech to talk about from a geeky perspective. This is the Jedi Knight. Yep, it's meant to be like a lightsaber. Super, super cool. This is relatively new to the collection, and I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this because I'm definitely going to keep it, not that I'm going to sell it. I don't know that I'm going to use it a lot because I don't want it to get messed up because it is very unique, very cool, and me being a Star Wars geek, I dig it quite a bit, and I don't want to scuff it up, but I buy knives to use them. So a little bit of an internal debate going on. Still hasn't felt like it's kind of broken in. Still a little bit hard on my thumb, other than my other Microtechs, which are fully broken in. And where this one comes with the apocalyptic scraping and scratches that they put on by hand, this one just looks all pristine and beautiful. And I just don't know if I want to use it that much. I'll probably use it some, but I'll probably keep it for light tasks like cutting open envelopes. It's more for me to gawk at and enjoy having it, honestly. Probably. We'll see. Anyway, that's the Microtech Jedi Knight. Love it. These are my two last blades here. Very nice. This is a Liang Ma Field Duty in sculpted titanium. That would be hand sculpted. This is the only knife that I'm really good at doing the Spidey flick on because of that large gaping opening hole there. This is just an amazing, amazing knife. It's huge. I do a little bit of size comparison here with like the Hinderer. It is bigger than the XM18 by a little bit. It is probably the biggest folder that I have. Let me see if the Microtech might be a little bit longer. Actually, nope, it is not longer than a Microtech, even counting the glass breaker on the end. This is just a big honking knife. It reminds me of carrying a fixed blade. That's what it does. I'll probably have an overview of this up on YouTube at some point. Liang Ma Field Duty, hand sculpted titanium, hand finished stuff, and definitely recommend you check out his knife designs. And this is probably, I saved this one for last because I think this is my most unique knife. This is the Olamic Cutlery 247 Wayfarer, and probably my most premium knife, for good reason. It's just, I don't know, it feels like it's the perfect pocket knife to me. The looks are incredible. The feel in hand is incredible. The way the handle is shaped, it's titanium, it's M390 steel. It's going to probably last just as long as a Hinderer and a Chris Reeve knife will. I mean, this is just a beautifully made piece of equipment. And you can get them in all kinds of shapes and sizes. Well, the shapes are going to be the same because it's the same knife. But all the different handle scale, different permutations that they have are quite wild. You can go pretty crazy, and they can get quite expensive if you do that. I got one of the bare bones ones simply because of that. I couldn't afford to buy the crazy ones, but I really loved the look of this, the blue collars and the blue hardware and the titanium everywhere else. Just a beautiful knife. I carry this one a lot. I do plan on using it. I mean, I've used it quite a bit. And I don't know if you can tell, but I really like Tanto blades. This is their version of a Tanto. It's a little bit less edgy than some of the more American design Tontos you see. And I really like it. I like it having a belly like that. It's pretty cool. Anyway, that is the Olamic cutlery. This video has gone on for a long time. Didn't mean for it to go so long. But anyway, a collection overview. It's not all the knives, but these are all the knives that I own that I carry. Reposition that a little bit more. And all of them have a cool special place in my collection. And if I really need to get another vault case. So yeah, so maybe I even need 2 more. We'll see how that goes. I haven't decided. I keep my knives when I'm not using them and they're not in the case and they're not in my go bag. I keep them in an old box. And I probably should upgrade the way that I hold those. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. And please like and subscribe if you want to see more content. This has been BUCKSGEARBOX. Thanks for joining me at the table. Have a great day.